Hello everybody, it is Michael, back with some more Good Place. The Good Place has returned to our television screens and into our lives. It's a good start to 2018. This was an amazing episode. I was originally going to watch it twice just to get everything before I talk about it, but that episode, it got me so hyped that I have to talk about it right now. It was really good. I called it when Sean was like, oh, it's actually going really great and we're going to do something good. My initial thought was going to be he was going to introduce new humans to it and just slowly fade out the bad place workers and exchange them with humans, and each group would just torture themselves, and everybody will have their own personal torture, But then I realized that then they would have to kind of explain why a bunch of people suddenly started disappearing. So that's probably why they did it. When I saw that they were like, oh yeah, it's surprise, it's the bad place, I thought, oh, why are they doing this? What is the purpose? What do they gain from this? And now our good old cast is going to the actual bad place, and I was very, very, very frightened because I didn't know how they could possibly get out of this scenario. And even still after the episode, I don't know how they're getting out of this scenario. I know that Michael and Vicky are arguing, but I feel like if you kind of let her in on the plan, maybe they could have worked together or something. But I guess her not knowing is how the actual members of Team Cockroach kind of got off scot-free, I believed Eleanor. At the beginning, I was like, yes, Eleanor is right. Michael just had to act like he was bad because it was right in front of Sean. And, otherwise he'd be like, oh, I'm just acting like it's Sean, these guys are in on it the whole time. We scammed you, actually. So, yeah, I thought Eleanor was right the whole time. I actually, the whole time, the whole episode, even when Eleanor didn't believe, I still believed it. Because when he said Derek during the roast, I was like, he's giving them clues. I only got the Derek clue. I didn't actually get any of the other clues. For an instance, right when she was scanning, I was like, are they in the butthole? Is that, foreseeable with the bad Janet? Is she just doing a bad job at her job because she's a bad Janet? And so she's just gonna say no just because it'll be more convenient for her? What's going on? I totally did not call them being underneath the train. And Michael saying that he was really scared. That Ted Danson just hits it out of the park again with his acting. I felt that emotion. I felt it. While everybody was kind of at the central square, the central block or whatever, while watching the party go on, the core four, I mean, and they were just sitting there, and then everything was on fire and being destroyed. It hurt. While I was watching this, I was like, wow, this hurts. This is the place that I've been watching for over a year at this point, a year and a half now, and it's just being destroyed. This episode felt visually very end-gamey, and I'm very, very curious to see where they go with the next episode, because they still have another season after this, and it's how can they possibly have so much stuff planned? I don't get it, but I am incredibly excited. I love this cast. I can't... Okay, so my Derek video, the file's still in my dorm room at college on an SD card there, so I wasn't actually able to upload the video before the episode, or before this episode, so here are my thoughts on that episode. I didn't like it. I thought it was it felt a little fillery, but this episode was hey, Michael, your thoughts, they were garbage. And I was like, yeah, you're right, Good Place writers. What would I do without you? The Good Place comes back, nails its 3-month landing, and I can't wait for next week's episode. I can't wait for season 3. I can't wait for Good Place. I just need to see more right now. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was smart. It was just really good. So now there's what could even happen at this point? What could even happen? I don't even know what could happen. I'm just gonna trust these writers blindly, because every time I'm actually, here are a few problems that I have. They're no. Don't worry about it. We got you covered. Next Thursday, I'm gonna be sitting there in front of my TV at 8:30, anxiously waiting the new episodes of The Good Place. One single episode. But it's gonna be great. See you guys next week. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Good Place is back, and so are these videos. Good to be back. That was such a good episode. And the end. The end. When it cuts to Mindy, and then Derek walks up with a duffel bag, and he's like, we have a gift for you, I was like, oh my goodness, I predicted this literally months ago. I said something on Tumblr along the lines of, I wish that, like, Eleanor would send Mindy a train full to the brim with cocaine, just as a thanks. And we basically got that. We basically got that. It wasn't exactly a train filled to the brim with cocaine, but it was so good. It was so good. This honestly felt like a season ending, and it's just the mid-season premiere, lads. We still have some time to go.